Hello and welcome to my first official video and also my official Hashimoto's diagnosis story. I really just want to first get into the why. Why am I making this video? Why do I feel like it's important? And the answer to that is it's important to me because this is really the foundation of my autoimmunity. This is where it starts. This is the diagnosis that sets me up for future autoimmunity issues. And sharing this with you is giving you the basic information you need to know for future videos when I'm talking about symptoms and flare-ups and just lifestyle changes with autoimmunity. So when I'm getting into those videos, this is going to give you that background information that you need to know. My Hashimoto's story starts when I was about 7 to 8 years old. Now, of course, at that time, we didn't actually know it was Hashimoto's, but I did have some weird symptoms and just some things going on that kind of raised that red flag of there being something more serious. I was sick all the time. I had strep throat pretty much like back to back. I had a lot of upper respiratory issues, colds, things like that. I had a terrible flu that took me out of school for a week. The cherry on top was when I had chicken pox. That just made me feel really bad, really run down, and I was already sort of feeling those things just from life in general. When you're 7 years old, you're not supposed to be sick all the time. You're not supposed to be extremely cold during the summer months. You're not supposed to be feeling weak and tired and just beat down in comparison to your other classmates. Things started to become maybe a little bit more real when I had trouble swallowing my food. So the story goes, I was on a field trip with my school and I was eating my lunch and I was really struggling swallowing my food. I tried taking it down with water. I tried eating it in smaller bites and nothing was working. That was really what freaked me out the most because I had never had trouble, eating. Okay, I'm sicker than all my classmates and I'm really tired and I'm really cold and just these things keep happening to me and now I can't even eat food. That is just something that really was concerning to me. So given that thyroid hormone issues do run in my family, I was able to get in with a pediatric endocrinologist pretty much right away. So they tested my blood and sure enough, I did have an underactive thyroid, which is called hypothyroidism. But because I was also having the issues with swallowing, they wanted to go ahead and do an ultrasound to just take a look at my neck to see what was going on. Based on the results of that ultrasound, they determined that all of that swelling was actually due to a goiter from Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Hashimoto's is a chronic autoimmune condition where your immune system mistakenly attacks healthy tissue. Hashimoto's is a form of hypothyroidism. It's just basically the autoimmune version of it. Between the blood work and the ultrasound and having Hashimoto's, really the only thing that my endocrinologist could do at the time is get me on a medication to start reducing the swelling and hopefully helping me with some of those symptoms that I was dealing with, the fatigue, chronic sickness, things like that. Which, if you've ever heard of anyone that has ever had a hormone imbalance with their thyroid, you've probably heard of the medication Synthroid. So that's what they started me on. I was starting at a very low dose, and that is to replace what I cannot produce myself. I quickly found out that I was going to be on this medication for the rest of my life, and I have had this dose adjusted more times than I can count. I've suffered with flare-ups. I've had issues with school and work and just daily lifestyle changes that have come with having Hashimoto's. And I want to get into all of these things in other videos and maybe help anyone else who has this condition or just somebody who maybe has questions about it. But that's it. That's my story. That's the start of everything. So I'm glad you made it till the end, and I'll see you in the next video.